Guys, welcome and welcome back. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jane. I live in the UK, and on this channel I try my best to share information that I think will be helpful to people coming to the UK as well as people living in the UK. You will also find relevant information if you're raising kids abroad, so please consider joining the family by clicking on the subscribe button now. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, don't forget, and share it with your loved ones if you think it will be helpful to them as well. Okay, so guys, in this video I just want to share some tips about how you can budget your salary if you are a HCA. The reason why I'm using HCA for this calculation, or why this is about HCAs, is because one, a lot of people have these jobs now, or these job roles, and two, to be honest, it's one of the job roles that don't earn so much. Now 20,480, a lot of people earn more than this. Don't say Jane said all HCAs earn 20,480. No, I'm just using this benchmark because this is the figure that they use to get sponsorship, and some employers actually pay this amount. Some even pay less, if we're being honest. So that's why I'm going to be using this figure. In the video before this one, we used the same figure to do our calculation. So if you don't know how to calculate your income tax on your NI contribution, I'll link that video here. Please check that out so that you have an understanding, an estimation of how much you'll be taking home after all the deductions on your pay slip or on your pay is done. Okay, so let's just head back to the budget as a HCA. Now, if you are a HCA, you have dependents. A lot of things that I'm going to mention in this video will vary, one, from place to place. Different locations in the UK will have different figures for this. Two, the number of your dependents will also affect this. Another thing is how the lifestyle of your family, so to say. Now, like I mentioned, there are a lot of factors that will contribute to this figure being different for various people, but I'm just going to give you guys an idea of how you can plan around how much you earn. And if you don't have, like, if you are blank, like you're just coming in, you don't know where to start, this will serve as a guide. Okay, now there are various expenses that are mandatory if you live in the UK, and some of these are: one, you have to pay your rent, you have to eat, which is the second one, you have to pay your bills in terms of energy bills, so your gas bills, your electricity bills, you have to pay for Wi-Fi because you cannot even survive without the internet here. Okay, so stuff like that you have to do. If you're coming in as a HCA, you're not on the student visa, so you have to pay council tax. Okay, so these are the figures, or these are the factors that I'm going to be talking about in this video and giving you an estimation. Now, if you live in London, this is going to be greatly different for you because I did not use London figures for this calculation. I used outside London. And even outside London, if you live in expensive places, like if you live in Oxford, this might not work for you because you're going to observe that the figures that I'm talking about may be lower than what you see around you. But if you live in cities that are not so expensive, then this will work for you. Okay, so let's just get into it. You're a HCA. Your annual salary is 20,480. Now, from the calculation we did, you already know. If you have seen that video, I'll mention it again. Please go and watch that video if you don't understand what I'm saying. But the figure that we got from the calculation we did after deductions for a month is about £1,495. Okay, £96 thereabouts. So that's the figure that I'm going to be using for our budget in this video. Okay, so know that we have £1,495. Okay, so the first thing I'll mention is your rent, because you're not going to live for outside. You have to get shelter, right? And I put this at 600. Now, if you're lucky, you will get rent that is below this. Now, this rent that I'm mentioning, don't forget that this video is for people with dependents. If you're single or you don't have dependents, this will be much easier for you. You can survive comfortably on this salary, but it gets tricky if you have dependents, and this is the only source of income. Like, this is your household income. Some people might say, why would this be your household income? If you have dependents, your partner should be working. I agree. I totally agree with you. But there are some situations where only one person is working at the time, and let's say that person is a HCA. This budget is what can give you a guide to that. Okay, so back to the budget. Rent is 600 for our budget. Like I mentioned, some people are lucky to get like a 2-bed for 450 where they live, some get for 500, some get for 550, whatever, but I've put the cap on 600. Please know that if your rent goes higher than 600, it go hard you. Like, so whatever rent you're looking for, please be looking for any figure at below this one, okay, not above, below 600, because that is when it will make sense. If you go above 600, the other things will suffer. Okay, now the next point I will mention is your grocery. When I say grocery, I mean like food, what you need for your house. I put it at 200. The reason why I put this at 200, some people, believe it or not, some people spend less than 200 on groceries for a family of 4. I feel like I didn't even give a proper introduction in this video. So this calculation that we're doing is for a family of 4, okay? Now, 200 pounds a month for some people is really small, but I know people who live below this. To be honest, when we came to the UK, I think my grocery shopping or our budget was slightly below this, and I know that things were cheaper then. Things have actually gone up now, and so this might be harder to achieve, but it's still possible. I know people that are living below 200 on groceries, not be hearsay, I know, so I'm sure that it is doable. But what you want to do if you're trying to get this is to shop in stores like Aldi, stores like Lidl, like if you know Costco. Now this one a lot of people don't know, and it's not in every city, but for Costco it's even a good deal. Let me talk about Costco. What they do is have like a membership. Now there are various membership deals that they have, but I think that the lowest one is like 30 something pounds. But when you pay this amount for the year, is an annual membership fee, you will get wholesale prices. Like the prices, the items that you get are wholesale prices. If you have Costco in your city, find out. You can check the internet. I suggest that you actually check them out, because this is like a very cheap deal. But if you don't, you can shop in stores like Lidl, Aldi. These are the cheapest that I know. Then the next may be like Asda. But please and please, if you want to achieve 200 pounds per month budget, avoid those high-end stores. So you don't want to be shopping in, this is not bad mouthing them because they have lots of nice stuff, but you know, Waitrose, you know, Sainsbury, even Morrison, in fact Tesco, you will struggle even if you're shopping with Tesco, okay? But if you do Aldi and Lidl, it's achievable. And even in Aldi, you have to be sure of the products that you're getting, because you will see like different options. Please, I'm not saying just take anything that is of low quality, but we're trying to meet a budget here. So please consider this when you're shopping. For this food, groceries, we'll put at 200. So now we have it at 800. The next thing I'm going to talk about is your council tax. Because you're not on the student visa, you're going to pay council tax, right? And this is going to be from your salary. I put this at 150. Some people pay less, but let's just put it at 150, and we know that that is taken care of. The next thing I'm talking about in this video is going to be your energy bills. So when I say energy bills, I'm talking about your electricity and your gas. For some houses, you can see that the whole thing is powered by electricity, so you will not be paying for gas, okay? But in some houses, like my house, you pay for gas and then you pay for electricity. Again, this will depend on your usage, your provider and all that. But I put this estimation at 150. Now some people will say, which kind low figure be that? But it happen. Trust me, it happens. Some providers are really cheap. In fact, a friend recently mentioned to us in our group that she pays about, I don't even know if I should be mentioning it here, but forgive me if I'm not supposed to, but she pays about 150 or 130, she said, for electricity, gas, and what's it called? Her internet. The provider she uses, I think she said, is Utility Warehouse. Yeah, I think that's the name she mentioned. I hope I've not messed up the name, but yeah, I think that's the name. If you know this provider or you're using them, please tell us your experience in the comment section, okay? Now, back to what I was saying. I put it at 150 because I know it's possible. And then I'm even saying, because of the 66 pounds that people get, you will also get that deducted from whatever your charge is for the month, okay? But let's just leave it at 150. You can get it less. If your figure is way higher than this, please ask the people around you what they use, how much their charge is, and if you have to change providers, please do, because some people pay less. I think a friend of mine also mentioned octopus. Her charge too is not so bad. It's lower than what I mentioned, but yeah, find out what is in your area and what you can get, then plan around that. Okay, so the next one I'm going to talk about is phone charge. And when I say phone charge, I mean like who provides the network on your phone. Okay, this one is not a big amount, but you have to use your phone. Okay, and so I had to put it in this figure. For me, I think I pay like £6 monthly, but some people pay like 7, 8. So let's even use, for the purpose of this video, let's use 15, because there are 2 people in the house, there are 2 adults in the house a bit. So let's put phone charge at £15. Now for transportation, which is the next thing I'm going to talk about, this will also depend on where you live and how you are going to be commuting. Okay, now if you have to transport yourself to work, or you have to transport yourself to school, this will, in fact, anyhow you look at this figure will vary from people to people, or from person to person. So I will suggest that of course you can't be using taxis if you're trying to, survive on 1,495 a month. Taxi is not what you're supposed to be doing, thinking about. You're going to use the bus, you're going to use, if it's a far distance, you're going to use the train. But please consider getting like a rail card or a bus card. Like if you're commuting, get something monthly that is going to be discounted, so that this will help in your transportation. Okay, and yeah, the next one I have put others, like miscellaneous, in this list as well. Okay, and I put the figure at £100. And the reason why I put this is because there are plenty other things that you do as a person, or as a family, or as individuals in the family, that will have some expenses as well. So some people pay for Amazon Prime, some people pay for Netflix, some people do one thing or the other. Some people maybe order food once in a month for the family. People do different things in their different families. So I've put this as millennials. As I put this as miscellaneous at £100. We'll get £1,415, which is slightly below £1,495. This leaves you no room to save, right? And it is what it is. So this is a reminder that if this is your income, if this is your household income, then you need to do something else. Your partner needs to get something. Your partner needs to get a side hustle. You guys need income in the family. And this is very important, because if for whatever reason your shifts are reduced, you may not even get up to this amount, and it will destabilize you. You are going to struggle. So before you get to that point, please find a way to increase your income. If you're taking extra shifts, if your partner is working, whatever it is, not whatever illegal, but just try your best to do something that will bring more money into the house, because this figure is not something that you should live on for a long time, in my opinion. Okay, so if you have stayed till now, guys, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will appreciate this. It will help the channel. And yeah, share this video with your loved ones. Don't forget to share it. So if you know people who work as HCA in groups, in their WhatsApp groups, in the Telegram groups, please share this video so they have an idea of what to do in terms of budgeting and how to work around their income. Okay, thank you once again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye guys.